we were speaking last time about the midah of tara, purity, doing things, even when you do the little that you of olam hazeh that you do, and it's permitted, and you're doing it for the right reasons. You're doing it at the end of the day just to serve Hashem. You're not taking pleasure from it. You're not doing it for ga'ava. You're not doing it for kavod. You're not doing it for money. But the question is, how do we get to that level? How do we acquire it? Number one, he says, דרך להשיג המידה הזאת קל הוא למי שכבר השתדל והשיג המידות השנויות עד הנה. Right? We already spoke about a guy who doesn't do sins. He does every mitzvah. He does it for, cleanly. He does it according to all the laws. So anyways, you're already high level. Anyways, you're already doing everything according to how you're supposed to be doing it. So it's all you have to do is change your kavanah. All you have to do is change the reason why you're doing this, right? A person could say, I'm going out to fill my gut. Or you're going out because it's mitzvah, Rosh Chodesh, make my wife happy, make myself, motivated, and going out a little bit will give me strength to be able to come back and learn properly. All these situations, all he has to do is change his kavanah. He says, and therefore, what should he do? He says, יחשוב ויתבונן על פחיתות תענוגי העולם וטובותיו, וימאס בהם ולא יחשבם אל לרעות, ודאי שיקל לו ייבדל להסירם מליבו. Person has to remember that these things are, the olam hazeh, they're physical things, and we're supposed to be spiritual, and these things are fleeting, and the mitzvot and olam haba are much more valuable, so therefore these fall to the wayside. Where it's like comparing diamonds and hammers. Okay, Chazak Baruch, it's a hammer. Diamonds are way more valuable. Why would I spend my time thinking about that? So therefore he says, כי הנה לתאר מחשבתו במעשה גופנייתו, הדרך הוא להתמיד הסתכלותו על פחיתות העולם ותענוגיו. לתאר מחשבתו במעשה עבודתו. Like I said, you have to think about the loneliness of this world. ירבה התבוננותו על תרמית הכבוד וכזביו. If you think about ga'ava, people think you're doing things for kavod, you have to explain to yourself why kavod is not good for you. You have to run away from kavod. If you take kavod, your reward for mitzvah is the kavod, and you don't get a reward on lam haba. You have to constantly remind yourself. You have to remind yourself why you would want to. It's worth it for you to run away from kavod. And that way it'll be easier for you to run away and stay away from these things and be honest with yourself to do mitzvah for the sake of the mitzvah. A lot of tzaddikim, they fought to remove the yetzer hara even from doing mitzvot. And a person, the more he grows, the more the yetzer hara has to become a smart pants, right? The beginning yetzer hara tells you, come, shh, let's go do avera. So in the beginning you fall, but then you grow and the yetzer hara is like, hey, let's go avera. Motzei Shabbat, let's go. No, that's it. I'm religious. I don't do those things anymore. I don't go to those places no more. I don't talk to those people no more. So the Yetzer Hara says, oh, okay, so what do I do? He doesn't talk to me no more. So I have to put kippah now. I have to put payas. I have to go like this now. He says, no, listen. Chai, fine. You'll do the mitzvah. At least do the mitzvah for kavod. At least do the mitzvah for your personal interest, and Hashem will understand you. At least there's a people. I tell people, listen, you can't come to shul and talk all the time. You have to, Rabbi, at least say thank you. I come. At least I come, Rabbi. So what does the Yetzer Hara do? The Yetzer Hara tells you the same thing. Okay, at least you did the mitzvah. Okay, you did it for your kavod, but at least Hashem will thank you and say thank you. At least you did the mitzvah. He goes and he tricks you. So therefore, the tzaddikim, the higher you go, the more you have to work on yourself not to let the Yetzer Hara inside your mitzvah. There's a story of Yitzchak Mereditchev. He was newlywed. He just got married. His father-in-law, Shmuel Peretz, was Talmid Chacham, and he was so proud of having Rav Levi Yitzchak as his son-in-law. So therefore, he made him Hazan. He gave him the kavod. He should be Hazan Simchat Torah, and it was a big kavod. There's a famous prayer Ata Oreta, and that was a big kavod in their shul. So what happened? So then they said, okay, Tomot, go be Hazan. So they you have to pray with the talit. So he puts the talit, he takes it off. He puts it on, takes it off. He puts it on, takes it off. He said, everybody's waiting. What are you doing? What kind of domot is this? Is he okay? Is normal? So then they asked him, what are you doing? He said to them, listen, I put my talit, and I noticed somebody standing next to me. And he said, who was next to you? Nobody was next to you. He says, yeah, there was somebody next to me. What's his name? His name is Yetzer Hara. He was next to me. And he says, Yetzer Hara said, what did he say? He says, I also want to put talit. And what did the Yitzhara say? He says, I want to sing also this prayer. And I told the Yitzhara, but they gave me this kavod. You can't do it. I'm a chacham. That's why I'm getting this kavod. And Yitzhara said, I'm also a Talmid Chacham. I also was with you the whole time in yeshiva. He says, but I'm a chassid. He says, no, don't worry. And he was fighting with me, and I didn't want the Yitzhara to be part of my mitzvah. So I put it on, took it off, put it on, took it off. Until I felt I was ready, there was no Yitzhara in my mitzvah. That's when I did it. That's when I was able to start. So you see that they took it very real, and they didn't start a mitzvah till they felt that I was able to do it 100% purely for the Shem Shamayim. So therefore, what are you going to do if you have Yitzhara constantly mingling in your mitzvot? It says the Gemara, Mashchil lebet midrash. You have to go and learn. You have to go and learn about why it's important not to have Letzi Yitzhara inside of your mitzvot, and that way you'll be able to run away from these things. As the Arizal said, when you pay, you shouldn't bargain for mitzvot. They tell the Arizal how he used to buy. He used to give the wallet. He says, take whatever you believe you need to take, and I'll go and I want the mitzvah. He says, if you bargain or if you take it for free, he says now the klipa has the ability to take for a mitzvah. Yetzara is over there in your mitzvah, and that way when you give the money, it's like my mahonim. Here, the money goes. The Yetzara takes the money. Sitra Achar takes the money. My mitzvah is clean, and hopefully you'll be with a pure heart. הוא הזמנה לדברי העבודה והמצוות. היינו שלא ייכנס בקיום המצווה בפתע פתאום. Because a lot of times what happens is when you don't have the ability to think the right thoughts is because you just did the mitzvah suddenly. You just walked into it like, okay, I'm praying. Now, okay, now I'm rushing. Let's go do the mitzvah. A lot of the Hasidim, what do? They say Lishemihod. They prepare in advance. They study about it. Okay, what is the mentality here? That's what Gemara says. Before they used to pray, they used to come 1 hour before. And then they used to pray in order to get the right mentality, right? Imagine a guy hears a beautiful shiur about the Hamidah. He says, Chai Rabbi, you should have told me the shiur before I prayed the Hamidah. I already prayed the Hamidah. And now you're telling me all these beautiful things? Yeah. So that's the power of studying and getting in the right mindset before you do the mitzvah. And that way you're able to, do it. If you go and you're hungry, you come home from work, and you sit down, the food is served, and you start eating. It's very hard to have the right kavanot. But if everything mitzvah you do, you take a moment, right? A few minutes, a minute or two, and you psych yourself up and have the right mentality, and it'll be that much easier to be able to get to the level of doing the level of tahara. Finish up over here. It says there was a big debate in the times of the Hasidim, right, where they used to not pray bazman. They used to pray past the zman, right? Some of the Hasidic masters, they went past the zman that the Shulchan Aruch said to pray, and the mitnagdim, the Ashkenazim, the Litaim, they were very against them. What is this? They used to claim, listen, it's better that we should pray later, but we have the right mindset. As opposed to we're rushed, they have to go to the mikveh, they have to say Tehillim, they have to do this, they have to do that, and we're not in the right mindset. We'll just go, and what is that? We'd rather pray later, but we have the right mentality, the right mindset. So the son of the great scholar of Shlomo Eger, who was mitnaged, he became a follower of the Hasidim. He became a student of Rabbi Yakotsk. So before he returning home, he asked Rabbi, what do I tell my father if he asks, what right do you have to pray past the time of Shulchan Aruch? What am I going to say? He asked his Rebbe. What should I tell my father? The Rebbe said, tell him the Rambam rules, if you hire a worker to chop wood, and the worker spends time sharpening his axe, you have to pay for the time that he spent preparing the tools, because that's an integral part of the job. So he says, tell him the same thing, that we were sharpening the axe, and that's why we were taking time to chop the wood. Now obviously, la halacha, you have to pray bazman, but the point is to show you how they had a big mahloket. Is the preparation considered like part of the mitzvah or not? So you see, the preparation is huge. They used to fight and say, we're going to pray past the zman because we need time to prepare. So you see that if you don't prepare, how are you going to do the mitzvah properly? Okay, we'll speak about the mafsidei amidah, things that take away from the midah, next time. Baruch Adonai Olam, amen, amen.